From the roar of the crowd to the roar of the engine, this is Pit Pass.
Pit Pass is brought to you by Jake's Karts. Here's your host, Ron Fox.
Hello and thanks for joining us for another week of Pit Pass. On Saturday, Lernerville Speedway hosted their 5th annual Firecracker 100. So let's get you up to speed, if you will, on the races leading up to their showcase event. On Thursday, Josh Richards beat points leader Rick Eckert to the finish line by 0.7 of a second to pick up the $6,000 winner's check in the 30-lapper. Steve Schaefer, Scott Bloomquist, and Jimmy Mars were 3rd through 5th. Then on Friday, Bloomer held off Scrub for the victory. Eckert again lost by 0.7 of a second. Rounding out the top 5 were Clint Smith, Jonathan Davenport, and the previous night's winner, Josh Richards. Before the main event, there was a 30-lap non-qualifiers race. Around 60 cars were on hand for the weekend. Eric Wells in the 18 led the field to the green for the Uncle Sam 30. Going through 1 and 2, Russ King in the 56 has to check up to avoid the F1 of Colby Fry. Down the backstretch, he is able to get up to speed and challenge the 29 of Ken Sheldonbrand for the 4th spot. They go 4 wide as up front Greg Oakes in the 22 tries to close on the leader. After a caution on lap 6, we have Wells running the cushion on a restart, while Oakes and Matt Lux in the blue 21 powered by Fry before they hit turn 3. But Fry uses the momentum off of the top side to move up to 2nd place. On a lap 10 restart, Fry temporarily has the lead, but Wells powers by for the position while Lux motors by on the low side. Then Fry and King charge into the turn to challenge the leaders. On a dry, slick track, this is the kind of racing we saw all evening. It was on a lap 12 restart that we saw Lux work under King and Wells to take the lead. The night ended for Wells when he tangles with Davey Johnson at the flag stand. Jacob Hawkins is also involved but continues on. As the laps wound down, Lux had a commanding lead. On a restart with 5 laps to go, he is able to pull away from Fry. Let's give a shout out to veteran Gary Lyle, who had a solid run to finish in 8th place. Lux held on to beat King by 1.5 seconds to collect the $3,000 winner's check. Congratulations, Matt. I'm sure you wanted to be in the big show, but this is quite a comeback after some adversity.
Yeah, we had a pretty rough weekend. Friday night was pretty bad for us. We finally made the show, had the car pretty good, and then we ended up getting in a bad wreck there and had a lot of rebuilding to do all day today. So it was a long day, and I guess you get some sort of accomplishment out of the day when it was all done.
And the track really worked in well, and you guys were putting on a whale of a show going 3 or 4 wide. How nerve-wracking is that when guys you don't know if they're going to come low to high, high to low?
Yeah, that was kind of fun. I mean, some of the guys you run with, you can trust, and those guys there, I felt like they were pretty good. They were straight enough to where we could dive in at each other, and you just never knew who was coming next. I mean, you see one guy, and then the next time it's a different one. So the track being like it was, it's hard to believe that it could be that slick and that hard and that nice after all the rain we had. So I was that's my favorite kind of racetrack right there. When it's slick top to bottom, you don't need the big motors. It's just more of a driver's type of racetrack. It's easy on me. I don't have to do a whole lot of work in the car. It's just, and when you get a good race car that handles well, ours did, and it was effortless. It was just kind of nice to be able to roll the corners and, just kind of wait for everybody to move around and have a little fun. That was what it was.
Following Lux across the line were Russell King, Colby Fry, Chip Brindle, and Jacob Hawkins.
Ladies and gentlemen, the world of outlaws, the Firecracker 100 comes to you forward.
3 days of action and activities culminated with 28 drivers taking the green for the Firecracker 100. Rick Eckert in the 24 drew the pole position. To his outside was Steve Shaver in the 6 machine. Quickly, Scott Bloomquist in the familiar Black Zero moves to the inside of Brady Smith before they enter turn 1. Bloomquist then powers off of the exit of turn 2 to move past the 17 of Dale McDowell to settle into 3rd place. By lap 17, Eckert is maneuvering through lap traffic. Although Shaver has been keeping pace with Eckert, Scrub has had no problems in picking his way past cars. Shaver actually loses some distance off of turn 2. The caution flies a lap later. This allows Bloomquist to get a jump on Shaver on the restart and move into second place as they exit turn 2. While Eckert has a 3-car advantage on Bloomquist on lap 27, Jimmy Mars in the white 28 gets by Shaver for third place after starting 7th. On lap 31, Bloomquist works the inside of Eckert through 3 and 4 to become the second leader of the event, while Mars continues to close on the duo as they enter turn 1. On lap 39, Mars is able to overtake Eckert for the runner-up position. Then on lap 44, Mars catches Bloomquist going through 3 and 4. It is a drag race down the front stretch, but Mars, who won this event in 2009, gains the advantage as they work their way through turns 1 and 2. A caution on lap 47 gives Bloomquist and Eckert another shot at Mars. However, Mars, who was running the same MB Customs car that carried him to victory lane 2 years ago, pulls away on the restart, leaving Bloomer and Scrub to duke it out for second. The race would go caution-free for the last 53 laps. Nothing changed in the top 3 as Mars beats Bloomquist to the finish line by 4.5 seconds. Jimmy, congratulations on being the first repeat winner here of the Firecracker. Now, for the first 35-40 laps there, you're pacing yourself 3rd, 5th. All of a sudden, it's like you were shot out of a cannon.
Yeah, everything kind of got to where in race trim, got everything working where it needed to be. It just takes a couple more laps, and once all the tires got heated up to where they were supposed to be, everything took off and went real good.
And the track seemed very racy, and it helped you because you had a lot of lap traffic to get through there at the end. And I imagine it has to be tough too when they're racing for a position.
It does. It got pretty crazy there for a little bit, but yeah, we made it through all right.
And you guys make it here to Lernerville every year. Like coming here?
Oh yeah, this is a beautiful track, good facility, great people to work with out here, and look forward to coming back every year.
Maybe number 3 next year.
We'll be trying.
Here's a look at your top 5. Mars lapped up to the 9th place car. Eckert finished 14 seconds back in 3rd, with Josh Richards in 4th and Steve Shaver in 5th. Coming up next on Pit Pass, we speak with Mahoning Valley Speedway promoter Doug Hoffman about his efforts at the quarter-mile bull ring. And later, it is some Friday night action at Motordrome Speedway. Stay with us. Pit Pass returns right after this.
When you think golf carts, think Jake's Custom Golf Carts. With over 300 stock and lifted carts at their shop, you'll find the cart you need or have Jake's build one to your specs. Custom airbrushing, lift kits, sport shifters, rear seats. You name it, with the expertise and craftsmanship people have come to expect from Jake's. Come see for yourself why Jake's is the nation's premier golf cart provider. Jake's Golf Carts, Route 522 McVeigh Town. Online at jakesgolfcarts.com.